Guys, I played the beta. Okay? Now, I don't have a lot of bad. Hold on. Hold on a second, guys. Dadgum. Let me turn that down. I don't have a lot of bad to say about it, as I was saying. Even though there's stuff to be said, but I don't want to trash on a game that we only got to get to level 20. We only got to barely see the first act, you know. If you think about it, if you look back at Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, for instance, and let's say you're on a barbarian, right? You're playing Diablo 3, and what I'm talking about, guys, is back when Diablo 3 first came out. We had the auction house with all that stuff, right? If you remember going through the game, say as a barbarian, I remember the struggle. Getting to, like, I think it was level 24, I think, or 25. And I remember it being not necessarily super hard, but taking a lot of time to get through the game. I would say once you reach about level 5 or 6, I started hitting 1 or 2 or 3 times to kill just the little monsters, you know what I mean? So anyway, what I'm getting at is if you equal out that game with Diablo 4, with the Barbarian, the Druid, the 2 classes that's been having a hell of trouble. I mean, I know even in Diablo 2, you know, some classes, like the Barbarian, you know, the melee classes, I'm saying, for instance, some classes struggle in the beginning. Okay? But if you look at their utilities, they sort of support, if you're in a party, they sort of support the party to where you're with them, you're doing damage too, you know, but when you're with them, you got this stuff going on, right? Now, I didn't get to play a lot of the Barbarian or Druid in the beta, but I'm not sure if at those low levels we had a lot of support stuff, because like I said, I barely got to start playing. It was over because I extensively went into the Necromancer. That's who I played with. So I barely got to touch the Druid and the Barbarian. But I saw a lot of videos and a lot of feedback negative. Okay, and I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not saying that they're not doing a lot of damage and this and that and the other. But the videos that we watched, I mean, did they have the best weapons? Did they take the time out to craft and make yourself strong at that level? I mean, we're not supposed to be super strong at level 20 anyway. I mean, it's supposed to be a challenge, because if it's a challenge in the beginning of a game, then later on, as you're going through the game and you're feeling progression and you're killing stuff faster and faster, you appreciate not doing a lot of damage in the beginning, because you get that feel of progression. You get that feel of, oh, I'm getting stronger, which really engages me into the game more. You know, maybe I'm just a certain kind of player, I don't know, but I like to feel weak in the beginning and progress to be stronger and stronger. It gives you a sense of accomplishment. I mean, for me, that works. Some people like to be super strong right off the bat and stuff. Because look, if you are, then when you get in the higher levels, you're not going to really have that feeling I'm talking about. That prideful feeling, like, yes, I'm getting stronger. Yes, I'm accomplishing something and stuff like that. If you were strong from the very beginning, you ain't going to have that feeling. All right? And you got to remember something, too. You're only going to be level 20 for a minute. I mean, it was something to talk about, you know what I mean? But let's just cut the bullshit, guys. Come on now. You don't want to be a godly at level 20, do you? You ain't gonna have no feeling of progression at all. If you are, you ain't gonna feel nothing. It's gonna feel like, well, in the beginning of the game, I killed this easy. Now that I'm level 40 or 60 or whatever the cap level is, 50, whatever, I'm killing at the same speed. I feel nothing different. I know the content's harder, but I feel nothing different. I'm sorry, guys, that would bore me. I don't mind if a character's a little bit weaker in the beginning. It's just going to give me more of a feeling, because saying that the druid needs a buff and this and that and the other, well, we're not looking at how many other skills make those skills that are so weak right now stronger. How many items are going to contribute to those attributes of those skills to make me stronger later? You know what I mean? We might not need a buff at all. I mean, damn, like I was saying, you're only going to be level 20 for a minute. You know? I took the Necromancer. Everybody was saying his summonings kept dying, his summonings kept dying. Yeah, they did. They did. But imagine later on when you're not having to summon so much and they are staying alive and you are tanking the content and you get this heal. It feels so good not to have to summon so much, and that gives you progression right there. I see what the dubs were doing. I get it. You know? I've been playing these games for 20 years plus. I understand why you want this illusion of weakness in the start. You know, you want it. It'll make you feel good later. But you know, these people want to jump in here and be super godly so fast, and it takes away from everything. The whole aspect of getting stronger as you go, that just takes it completely away. Anyway, I don't want to harp too much on just that one thing, but you get what I'm saying. Appreciate being weak in the beginning. I know it sucks in some ways. I know what I'm saying might go, damn, I don't want to be weak at all. You know, I get it. You know, but if you listen to what I'm saying and you get Diablo 4, you start playing it, and you're a druid or a necro, and when you get up there to get better items and better gear and all that stuff, and you feel what I'm talking about, that progression, feeling of being proud and the struggle that you went through to get where you are, and you get that reward and all that, you'll see what I'm saying. Okay? Now, do I think that the summonings died too much, and I was so busy trying to keep them alive that I didn't really get to engage in combat and stuff? Sure. I agree with that. I agree that they were dying a little too much. Okay, I agree with that on that aspect. But looking in the long term, I do agree with what was happening. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but if you really think about it, you really just take some time to think about it. Do you really want your game to be face roll right at the start? Do you really want face roll stuff? I don't. I want to get stronger as I go. Some of the skills, I would say Bone Spear right in the beginning. Was it Bone Spear or Teeth? I'm going to assume that it was, I don't think it was called Teeth, was it? I can't remember, but I should have recorded some of it, but I did feel like it was a little underwhelming. I do think that skill there in the early game needs a little bit more of a buff, guys. You know, the skill that shoots out 3 and can shoot out more. I can't remember the name of the damn thing, so stupid. But anyway, I do feel that skill, whichever one that is, you know what I'm talking about. You get it right off the bat. It's the skill that looks like it has 3 teeth right there at the Necromancer's thing. I feel that needs probably about a 3 or 4 more damage onto it right at the start, you know what I mean? Because I was running out of mana viciously, man. It was. That's another thing. I think the mana, when you first start playing, the mana is a little bit too punishing on the Necromancer. I mean, I know that you take that skill and you get your mana back and everything, but damn, I only shoot like 1 or 2 times and I got to get mana again. And I don't really like that kind of gameplay. That's not hard, guys. That's annoying right there. Having to struggle for resources. I don't like that kind of gameplay. My personal reference. I feel that we should be able to shoot. And then another thing, now that I'm on that subject, if you play Diablo 2 and you're the bow girl or throw barb or whatever, at least in the old days, you would run out so fast, you know, your stuff would use up all of its arrows and all that stuff. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I think that should be just totally done away with out of the game, you know, arrows and shit like that. I don't like that, man. What else? I didn't get to play there was one of them I didn't get to touch. Oh, the bow girl or dagger girl or whatever you want to call her. I didn't even get to touch her. I think she's pretty strong, and I think she's in the right spot. I wish I would have had time to test her, but guys, like I said, I tested the Necro so much that it just wasn't enough. I wish they'd have ran it for a week and really gave us a chance to really maximize the characters and really learn each one. There wasn't enough time. Because, I mean, I tested all kinds of stuff, man. I tested each one of the skeletons and the settings, you know, where you can go in and say block more, hit more. I tested each individual piece, you know, extensively. I went into it. And like I said, I don't really feel like the Necro's in a super bad spot. Definitely the summoning's dying was an annoyance, I have to say. But at the same time, what I was saying, you know, a skill that I felt was overpowered. I can't remember the names. I really should have recorded some stuff. Sorry, guys, I didn't record anything, man. I wish I would have. But it's the skill where you shoot out there and you suck their life away and all that. God damn, what was the name of that, man? Anyway, you suck you give yourself more essence and shit like that when you're sucking them. That skill was overpowered. Now, I know you wouldn't think that. That skill is overpowered. Because not only do you get your stuff back, but you stun. It's like it put a slow stun on them where they could. Because I was fighting one of the bosses and I tried 2 or 3 different skills, you know, summonings, blood, all kinds of different skills, and I kept dying. Right before I'd give him about this slow on life, and then I would die. Whenever I added that skill, I maxed it out and everything, and it's 2 little skills that go with it and everything. I dropped that boss so quick, so effortlessly, it wasn't even funny, man. I think that it was way too easy. It just kind of stunned the boss where you couldn't even do nothing to him. And I can't remember which boss it was. Some bloody boss, and it looked like he's all weirded out looking. Hard fight, but until I used that skill to stun my fucker out there and everything. So I think they need to go back and re-look at that because, you know, what is the fun of standing in one spot, throwing the skill, and just standing there with your button down, and he's going this way real slow, he's going that way real slow, you can't even kill your summonings anymore, they're tanking him, and you're just dropping him, and he's dead. That is not fun gameplay. I wanted to hit him with it, and then him throw some stuff at me. There's the skill I was talking about right there on this guy's bar. This is not me playing, this is some video I found. On this guy's bar, whatever skill that is right there, hopefully it'll show it. Hopefully I'll hover over it. Come on. Anyway, you know, not the skill I'm talking about right now, but the bone one. The 3 bone ones, what I was talking about. This is second skill to the end here. I think it needs a little more damage, you know. But I did have shit gear on too at the same time. I'm saying that, you know. So it's hard to say when you're testing in a beta and you're looking at things. It's hard to say, oh, buff this, oh, nerf this, because you're barely getting to test. You're barely getting to even get in the game. And we can only put 20 skills in our bar, so it's hard for me to sit here and say, oh, this needed buff or this needed nerf. Just like I'm saying about the suck skill. I'm gonna call it the suck skill, guys, because I don't know what the name of it is. You know, I'm sitting here saying maybe it should be nerfed a little, maybe it shouldn't. I don't know. Sure to get through that boss awful quick with it though. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to touch in with you and let you know how my experience went. I should have recorded. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know what the hell was what I was thinking. I played a lot. I was really tired. Probably played much more than I should have. But well, you know, this game's going to be out in a couple weeks. You'll get to see some gameplay, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If they didn't change stuff or nerf or anything, I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, man. This is Odin God logging out. We're definitely going to get into this Diablo 4. It's probably going to be all I play for a while. I'll make tons of videos on it. And what I learn, I'll share with you. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, because we are going to really get into this game, guys. I want to be a master at this game. I'm going to go all in on it, man. You know, no messing around. I enjoyed it. I love the dark feel of it. I have really no complaints about it. I don't know how smooth the launch day is going to go, but if you're looking at previous launch days on Diablo 3 and all these other games they do, you know, especially Diablo 3 was a total train wreck. Let's hope it's a smooth launch, guys. That's all I can say, man. But I'm going to expect the worst and hope for the best. That's all I can do, because there's going to be so many people logging on. I mean, way more than this beta did. I guarantee you that. Alright, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned, pay attention for my, hit that bell button. Pay attention for my videos to come. And like I said, if you ain't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, man. It takes 1 second. Reach down, hit it. I'd appreciate it. and you learned something from me. I guarantee you, because I'm going to be all over this game, guys. Alright, we'll see you in the next video. Odin God logging out. You guys have a good time. Prepare for this game. It's going to take half my life away, that's for sure. Alright, guys. Peace out. Have a good one.